time for piano. All right. Hey everybody, happy Friday. It is piano day. You see I have my cool glasses on today. I'm so happy you could join me. We're going to have a lot of fun today because we're learning something pretty cool. We're going to learn about the sharp sign today, so I think it's going to be really exciting. But before we get started, of course, let's start with a few housekeeping items, right? The first thing, of course, is if you can share this video, that would be so helpful. You know how important sharing is. That way I can reach as many potential piano students as possible. So hit the share button and let everyone know it's time for piano, okay? The next thing is of course, if you want to subscribe to my YouTube channel, please find it. I am so super duper close to 1,000 subscribers. I think before I signed on, I had like 992. I'm like 8 people away, so you guys help me out, okay? Let everybody know. Just search Izzy Chia, okay? And hit the subscribe button. The third thing is, of course, to go ahead and join my private group, right? So if you haven't joined the group, you're missing out. Go ahead and find Encore Music Makers in the description of the video, and you'll be able to send in your membership, and you can be part of our cool piano club, right? That's where you get all the feedback from me. And the fourth thing, of course, is I am on Patreon, right? So Patreon is that really cool platform for creative people like myself to collect a more regular income, right? So you choose like a tier that you can afford between $5 and $50 a month, and you can help keep my lessons coming, right? Because that's all that matters, is you just want to keep having piano, right? So if you can find it in your heart and your wallet to support, I would really appreciate it. Thanks for letting me say that. Now, of course, it is time to review our music from last week, right? So we had some pretty tricky songs, okay? I know that I posted the assignment post a little bit later than usual, and I think that was probably because the songs were a little bit trickier this week. Did you guys have any issues with your songs this week, or were they okay? You let me know. Yeah, okay, so some of them were tricky, right? What I want to do is start with A Friend Like You, and I want to see if we can play through it together, okay? I think we're going to do great today. All right, let's switch to piano view. All right, so I'm going to find my... I see Sebastian writing all these really cute messages. You're awesome. All of you are awesome, yes. Okay, so up on page 34 is A Friend Like You, okay? I'll show you this way since I already turned to piano view, right? Oops, no, this way. Okay, now if you're on page 34, remember, we are in G position, okay? So I'm going to find my G position. I've got my right hand thumb on G above middle C, and I have my left hand thumb on that D way down here in the bass clef area, right? It's kind of like you feel like your hands are really far apart, huh? Yeah. Okay, now this one begins with the right hand finger 5 on D, okay? I'm going to count off. Since it's an incomplete measure, it might sound a little funny, but don't worry, okay? All right, let's count off. 1, 2, 3, 4, go. what did you do? Did you do good? Are you feeling awesome? I hope you're feeling awesome, okay? Because that was kind of a tricky song. We had some interesting things going on. We had a long slur across that right hand phrase, and then we even had a tied note at the end of it. It was super cool. And then we had our harmonic chords in our left hand, right? And they would change like every single beat. So if you've managed to get through a friend like you, wonderful job, you did it, okay? So like we got to do a cheer, okay? So the cheer that we're going to do today, I think I really want to channel my inner air rock guitar. What is that? How does that sound? Does that sound good? We'll do like a rock guitar. You ready? All right. Look, my glasses slipped. I'm gonna push those up. All right, well, that was super cool. Very good on your air guitar. Give yourself a pat on the back. Let's move on, okay? All right, turning to page 35 now. Okay, now I know that this horse sense, it was in C position, right? But I noticed that in some of the videos that you guys have been submitting, that some of the dynamics weren't quite as good as I was hoping they would be. But that's okay, right? Because we can still work on that. So we had learned about what? Those fancy Italian words this past week, right? We learned about crescendo, and we learned also about diminuendo, right? Do you remember those like really cool Italian words? Yeah, that is okay, right? We've got like, they have different meanings, right? So this part of the musical symbol means that you're going to start playing quietly, right? But then as you go across the line, it gets louder and louder and louder and louder, right? So it really, really takes some control with your fingers at the keyboard, okay? And then, of course, diminuendo is the opposite, right? It's the opposite. It starts forte, right? And then it goes softer and softer and softer and softer until it's piano, right? That's the really cool thing about dynamics, is it really gives your music like some really awesome sounds, right? So keep that in mind as we're going through horse sense, okay? That line 3 has a big crescendo in it, okay? So let's see if we can find our spot to begin. All right, I'm going to switch to piano view. All right, so here we are. We're in C position for this one now, okay? We are going to find our right hand thumb on middle C, and then we'll put our left hand thumb on G below middle C. Oh yeah, we're looking really great. All right, I'm going to count off. Remember, it's another one of those incomplete measures, right? I don't have my magnifier, but that's okay. You guys know what I'm talking about, okay? All right, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to count off. All right. 1, 2, 3, ready, go. C, C. Piano, ready? Getting a little louder. right, let's end strong. Diminuendo, getting softer. Wow, now that was really cool. How are you feeling? Are you feeling confident? Or was it still a little bit hard? It's okay if it was still a little bit hard. Getting dynamics is something that a piano player has to work on a lot, right? Because you even saw, I forgot that it was supposed to be forte at the beginning on that repeat, and I played it piano. Isn't that silly? But that's okay. Hey, you know what? It was a really good effort. I appreciate that. You guys are doing great. I still want to do a cheer though. How do you feel about doing spaghetti and meatballs? Anybody want to do spaghetti and meatballs? Let's do it. Let's do spaghetti and the meatball. Spaghetti and the meatball. There you go. Very good. My glasses keep slipping today, but that's okay. Awesome work. Okay, so some of us, again, like I said, needed a little bit of extra work with horse sense, and that's okay. All right, so what I'm going to do for this week is I'm going to let us keep horse sense for one more week, okay? This being that the dynamics, like I mentioned before, are a little bit on the tricky side, okay? So you can keep that and write that in your notebook. If you feel confident in it, then you just keep playing it and feeling good about it, right? All right. But I do want to teach you guys something new today, right? We need at least one new song, right? Let's turn the page to 36. All right. Let me show you what that looks like. Yeah. Oh, you guys are so exciting. Here we go. Whoa. Look at that on 36. We have a song called My Robot. Now, this is a really cool song, all right? And we're learning something new. It's called the sharp sign. Have you seen that before? Yeah, let me show you what it looks like, okay? The sharp sign. Look, it's the sharp sign, right? It's not a hashtag. I know some of you've seen that sign and you're like, oh, that's like hashtag blah, blah, blah. No, this is a sharp sign in music class, right? So if you want to use a hashtag, you can call it sharp sign, not hashtag. All right? Now, what's cool about the sharp sign is it's going to change the note that is that's behind it, okay? So if you look at the sharp sign and it's written before a note, it means that you're going to play the next note to the right, whether black or white, okay? I know sometimes people think, okay, well, sharp signs mean that you just play a black key. That's not always true, though, okay? It depends on which note we are making sharp, okay? So let's do a little bit of an exercise, okay? I'm going to switch to piano view, and we're going to find a note on the piano, and then I'm going to say, sharp it! And you're going to move your finger up to the closest note to the right, okay? Are you ready for this exercise? If you are, drop some emojis, let me know. All right. So switching to piano view. Okay, so this is the sharp sign exercise, all right? We'll call it sharp sign boogie or something like that, okay? Now, I want you to find an F on your piano, okay? So I have my C here, right? C, D, E, F. There's my F, okay? Now that I found my F, I'm going to say, sharp it! And you're going to go like this. Whoop. Do you see where I moved to that black key? Yeah, that's an F sharp, okay? There's my F sharp. So let's do that again. Find your F. And then I want to say, sharp it! And there you go. Nice. Very good. You see the F sharp is the first black key of the 3 black key group. Now, let's do it a different note this time, okay? Let's see if we can find a C, okay? Now I know where middle C is, but I want to play another C. I want to play this C way up here because it's fun and exciting and it never gets to be played. So there's my C. Now, you ready? Sharp it! Here we go. Whoa, that sounds pretty cool. Yeah, that's a C sharp, okay? Let's try finding C sharp again. You give it a play, okay? C, sharp it. Wonderful. All right, now, last one. This is what is going to be really cool. I want you to find an E. Can you find an E? Oh yeah, here's one right here. There's C, D, E. I found my E. Now I'm going to say, sharp it, okay? But look, the closest note to the right is a white key. Oh, that is so weird. There's your E. Sharp it. Yeah. Remember when I told you? Remember when I told you that a sharp sign means you play the next key to the right, whether black or white, right? Yeah. So that's what I meant, right? So when you do an E sharp, you're playing an F. That can be a little bit confusing, but don't worry too much about it, okay? Let me switch to piano view and show that to you one more time, okay? All right. So looking here, I have found my E, right? Can you find your E and play it? Now let's sharp it. Very good. All right. If you're feeling good about that, give me a thumbs up. All right? All right. Now, what's really cool about the sharp sign for this song is we're playing C sharp, okay? So we actually learned C sharp just a couple minutes ago, so that shouldn't be too tricky. But we have to find what position we're going to be in for this song, right? So for my robot, under the title, it says G position. Now, I know you know where G position is. Can you find it on the piano? I think you can. Let's see if you can find it before I do. You find yourself in G position, okay? And then I'm going to get in G position. All right. I'm going to get myself in G position. Hopefully you're there. I've got my right hand thumb on G. And then I've got my left hand thumb on D way down here in the bass clef with my pinky on low G, okay? Now, the cool part of this song is that the melody is in the left hand, okay? We are beginning with a G finger 5, stretching up to a 1 on D. And then your finger 2, there's your first sharp. It's right there on a C sharp. Do you see that? All right, let's see if we can play through this. I'm going to play it very slowly, okay? 1, 2, ready, play. G, D, C sharp, D, down to A, D, D, hold, A, up to D, then C sharp, D, back to G, D, D, hold. Very good, line 2. G, up to D, then C sharp, D, down to A, D, D, hold, D, C, B, A, G. Oh my goodness, what's happening in the right hand? Ooh, that looks tricky. All right, so if you see that second line, the last measure, we have a C sharp in your right hand, right? So here's my C. I'm going to sharp that, okay? You see where I have my finger 4 on that C sharp? And then it's going to play a D. That's your pinky. It's going to sound really weird. Let's see what that sounds like together. Oops. Yeah! Oh, there it is! Oh, that sounds so funny. Okay, so let me play those 2 chords again. It's 4 and 5 together for my right hand. All right, I'm going to play that pinky G at the beginning of that measure right there. C sharp D, C sharp D. Hold. Ooh, last line. Low G5. There's that funny chord again. Woohoo! Low G and the chord. Low G and the chord. Then low G and the chord twice. Oh my goodness. That sounds so funny. Oh my gosh. Did you guys know you were going to be playing such a weird song? It's so random. It kind of sounds like a bunch of like crazy like electronic weird stuff, right? And it's a robot, right? It's not like it's a person. It's something silly, right? Like, I don't know, maybe you took a coding class and you like made some really cool robot and it's like eat. And that's exactly what it's doing. That's so funny. Okay, now it has a repeat sign at the end of it, right? So let's see if we can play the repeat. Okay? But this time I'm going to be saying your left hand finger numbers, okay? Now keep in mind that if it's a C sharp, it's going to be playing that black key with your finger 2. So if I say finger 2, remember that's on a C sharp, at least for the first few measures, okay? If you need to, take a pencil and give your C sharps a good circle so you don't forget those, okay? I'll circle all of mine so you can know, okay? You can see those. You see those C sharps circled there? Yeah, I want to make sure that I don't miss them. So you do the same thing, okay? All right, now let's see if we can play through my robot a second time, okay? Are you ready? I'm ready. All right. Let's do this. We can do it. Robot power. All right, let me find that G position again since I left it. There's my right hand thumb on G. And way down here on that left hand D in the bass clef, and then I'll fan out those fingers, okay? If you're in the right spot and you're ready to go, let's count off, okay? All right. 1, 2, ready, go. 5, 1, 2, 1, 4, 1, 1, hold. 4, 1, 2, 1, 5, 1, 1, hold. 5, 1, 2, 1, 4, 1, 1, hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. With the second. Ooh, all right. 5. Okay, there's your 5. Take a turn down to the 5 and down to 5. Now that is super silly. How did you feel? If you liked that song, drop an emoji, okay? Let me know how you felt about it. It was kind of hard, but it's also kind of silly. Now, there's some really cool, interesting stuff going on with this song because it has some really interesting directions to it, okay? I want you to look at the end, okay? Look at those last 2 measures, okay? I see at the bottom line, the last 2 measures, underneath your left-hand line, it says, 3rd time, gradually dying away. I wonder what that could be. Well, think about it. What if our robot is solar powered? Like Wall-E. What if he's solar powered, right? And it's like he has used all of his energy, right? And he's going around and zip, 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 doing his thing. Wall-E, Wall-E, right? Doing his thing. But then he runs out of juice. He's like, ooh, ee, and then he's out of battery. That's the same thing that your piano is going to be trying to imagine at the piano, right? So it says gradually dying away. It could be the combination of you slowing down with getting quieter, right? Yeah, you're like a robot, right? So you ran out of juice and you have to like go charge or something, right? So you're gonna play my robot 3 times through, okay? On that 3rd time, you're gonna pretend like you ran out of batteries, right? You need to be plugged in. Okay? How does that sound? Does that sound cool? Awesome! You guys are awesome. I love all these emojis and stickers you're dropping. They're so cute. So I hope you liked my robot, okay? I'm going to play my robot 1 time through again, and I'm going to do that dying away at the end so you know what it sounds like, okay? I'll switch to piano view so you can watch. If you want to follow along with your finger in the music or play one of the hands, you are more than welcome to. I have my right hand thumb on G above middle C, and then I have my left hand thumb on D, bass clef D, and stretching out those fingers across all the way down to finger 5, G. All right? Now I'm going to start at forte, but I'm pretending this is the 3rd time through, okay? 3rd time through. I'm going to count off. I'm going to play it a little bit faster too, okay? 1, 2, ready, play. What do you think? Was that ultra silly or what? It's kind of like you ran out of juice. I love Wall-E. That's one of my favorite movies. I love it because he loves music too. I don't know, maybe that's why. And then of course when he meets Eva, he's like, Eva, Eva. It's just so sweet. I love it. So anyway, enjoy practicing my robot, okay? I think you're gonna have a lot of fun. Now, if sharps are still giving you some trouble and it's kind of confusing, join me on Monday so we can practice together, okay? I'll be here for you, so that way we can work on it together and you feel a lot more confident about it, okay? All right, wonderful. And you're also keeping horse sense if you want to have that extra week with it, okay? Now, pull out your theory book. Here we go. We've got some theory. All right. Now, if you open your theory book, we're going to be doing page 28. Take a look at that. Look, there's our robot friend. Awesome. Okay, this page is all about sharps, okay? So if you want to practice drawing your sharps, there's a spot to do that. You also get to put sharp note names in the boxes. So it's easier if you do this at the piano, okay, for this number 2, okay? Then for number 3, you're gonna write your sharp signs on the line or the space of the actual note, okay? So don't get that confused. Don't write your sharps way above the note. Put it right next to it like it's hugging it, like they're best friends, okay? You want to put it right there in that same line or space, okay? So that's your theory, all right? Yes, let's see what comments we have here. Oh, goodness. Hey, Sebastian, you are right. Wall-E is solar powered and he does not run on batteries. You're absolutely right. Yeah, maybe Eva runs on a battery, like a lithium-ion battery or something cool like that. She's all like future looking, so perhaps. Awesome. Well, let's talk a little bit more about Patreon, okay? This is the end of our lesson. I just want to plug my Patreon one more time. If you like these lessons, if you enjoy them, consider donating on a regular basis through Patreon. It's an easy way for me to collect an income that's a little bit steadier than occasional donations. So if you're ready to take that step and support me, I would love it and I would appreciate it so, so much, okay? And last, of course, we always end with what? La la, the music quote, right? Yeah. So let's pull out the music quote. Ooh, I like today's quote. Today's quote comes from the American singer and songwriter and activist, Aretha Franklin. I love her. This is what she says. Be your own artist and be confident in what you're doing. Oh yeah, for sure. Like, confidence is everything, right? It's about how you feel and how you present yourself when you're doing something, right? You have to get into that mindset that you believe in yourself, right? Some of this stuff is hard, I'm not gonna lie, right? It takes work, it takes practice. But if you give yourself grace and if you believe that you can do it, it makes it that much more convincing and that much better, okay? So believe in yourself, okay? That's what makes a true artist or musician. Thank you so much for joining us for piano today. This has been so much fun. I hope you enjoyed the sharp signs. I'll see you guys on Monday for practice and in the private group, okay? Have a good day. Bye.